Thank you for being at the Sage Show again. All right, this is the Sage coming back at you again. All right, this is the military 101 survival guide for you. All right, this one right here. You know, I didn't understand what I should make in a part 4. You know, but I thought about it. The one thing that we all have to deal with: the asshole. Okay? This is about dealing with the asshole. Because, like, the military and civilian world is different, okay? And there are different ways of dealing with people in different environments. In the military, this person is called an asshole. Now, this person can be an officer, or this person can be an enlisted person, okay? More typically, it's an enlisted person, okay? Now, to tell you why, officers are real easy to deal with, okay? Because as long as you have common sense, and you know that I always talk common sense. I mean, that is the, God dog, it almost fell off. Y'all saw that shit? But that's why, you know, that's why I approach this in common sense terms, okay? Now, like for instance, if you hit your head against the wall, it's gonna hurt. That's common sense. If you treat somebody bad, they're not gonna like you. That's common sense. All right, this show is built on common sense. It ain't built on what's out here, who told you what thing is this, who said this was, what's that, I'm believing it is, I got something here. No. All right, if I cut you with a razor blade, you're gonna bleed. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Officers, this is how you deal with them. Officers work on common sense because they understand, because what happened is common sense translates into logic, okay? It translates into logic. Now, not all officers are engineers, not all officers are you know, not all officers are smart, but the arena that they're grouping of the people that they hang around are on a higher intellectual level, okay? More or less. They got a little bit more education, they went to different schools. The majority of the officers are engineers or some type of they have definitely a base in mathematics, and this what gives base to logic and common sense. So they're easy to deal with. If you're dealing with an individual that understands common sense and logic, officers, they're easy to deal with. They're just trying to make their money, do their job, and go home. They don't care about anything else. That's what you need to understand, okay? Doing the job, making money, and go home. That is it. They don't give a fuck about some type of interpersonal relationship they can have, or some type of co-worker relationship like enlisted people think. See, the enlisted people think entirely different. They're always on group think, but that's what that's what it's designed around. Now, they pattern things in an enlisted area on group think because most of the people that are enlisted, the circle of friends and the circle of people that they hang around in their lives are not all engineers or degreed people, or or have experience, or doctors, or have experience in that level, because those are what our officers are. They're nurses, the doctors, the engineers, you know, and those are what our higher officers are. Now, supply officers, you know, hey, they hang in those group areas. Now, enlisted people, they don't hang around no type. They hang out with people that, you know, didn't finish high school or got GED. I mean, just finished high school, maybe a couple years of college, you know, maybe a couple semesters of JUCO, you know, maybe guy that couldn't play basketball or said forget it, guy that got in trouble with the police, you know, young lady trying to get out of the countryside, or a young man trying to get out of the country, or a guy trying to escape the hood. That is your enlisted people, okay? And so yes, there are plenty of assholes in that enlisted branch, okay? Plenty of them. Now, what happened is that the majority, there are a few of these people, all right, over the course of time. I mean, so happens that they're good at their job. they just so happen, unknowingly to them, were good at their job when they enlisted for that job. Because definitely there are very few enlisted people that actually cognitively think out the progression of a career as I am teaching you today. So that person winds up getting, over the course of years, gets a position of leadership over you, over a group, over a building of people. And that person can be a total asshole. You cannot impress them with anything you do. Who cares how many qualifications you get? Who cares how good at your job you are? They might not just like you. And there's just let me tell you how to deal with those people. First of all, keep job. Don't involve your family with this stuff, okay? And then secondly, this is the #1 thing to deal with an enlisted asshole and an officer asshole. Say yes. Y-E-S. One of the few words I can freaking spell. Say yes. Yes. Okay? So when they say, hey, we need you to do this, do that, don't think about the tone of voice, because remember, they don't understand how saying, how are you doing? Or how you doing? They don't understand the difference in tone of voice. Their interpersonal communication skills is screwed. They can't do that. Okay? So when you see that, that means that they're uneducated. All right? And that they have no sense. And they don't know what they're doing. Or they just might know what they're doing. Irregardless, what's happening here, don't let it affect what's inside of you. You have to stay positive. Now, when that happens, when that occurs, you say, yes, I want you to go over there and sweep up right now. Yes. And once you say yes, you say it with the right tone, yes, and you go do it. Now, because what happened is, when you get approached by the asshole like that, typically that person's having a bad day. They're not, of course, never listened to me, so they got married while they was in the military. The woman's treating them like shit, or she's fucking some other dude on the side. Okay, he's drinking like a fish. Okay, drinking a fifth every night, not getting any sleep. The kids are bothering him every 30 minutes. Hell yeah, he's jumping down your throat, or she's jumping down your throat. Of course. Okay, yes, they're in the same situation. So don't even try to think about what they're thinking about. Just say yes and go over there and do it. Your day will grow so much better. Just don't, if you don't involve your personal feelings at your job, okay, you can march on from this and you will not even have a problem, okay? But that you have to, it's very crucial. You just say yes. They say, I want you to go over there and I want you to redo this. Yes, okay. When you want it done? When you get it done? I'll get on it right now. No problem. Right now. And that person goes away. The area around you stops being so negatively charged. You come back into your positive framework, get your job done, and go home for the day. Don't sit around there and hate your life. You made a decision to be in the military, and if you listen to part 1 and you're in the military, or you picked your job, suck it up. I appreciate everybody for listening to me today. Now stay positive, because this is building. Because trust me, if you don't do it right, that asshole will bring you down. You'll be sitting there drinking a fifth of liquor every night with him, if you don't listen to me. And you be sitting there doing drugs and you're getting kicked out, and you're ruining your rest of your life. Because once you sign on that dotted line, you've never belonged to yourself. But now you have somebody that actually runs you as a slave. I mean, physically, 24 hours a day. You have to make sure you're called in. They have to be able. You cannot be not available. Period. So make sure you make the right decision and take the right actions at your job. Okay? Because trust me, if you sit around there and you say, no, I'm not going to do that, you're going to lose. You're going to lose big time. Because nobody's perfect. And they'll be waiting for that one opportunity for you to mess up, and they're going to capitalize on it and just try to destroy you. Don't let them do it to you. Okay? Keep your head straight, roll on. Okay? Because that person will have to transfer out of there. They got the leadership position, not generally speaking, they got the leadership position after they got there. So definitely percentages, they will be transferring before you. So you just have to deal with them for a short time. And of course, if you're in a job that you like doing, that you should have selected from the very beginning, and you do what I tell you to do and say yes, and you ask them what you need to get done and get the job done with a good attitude, your life will be so much better. You'll be so, it'll just be so much better. It's amazing. Okay? Thank you for listening to me. Part 5. Part 5. I will go into families. If you for people that are currently married, living in base housing or off base housing. This is the next one is part 4 for those people that are already currently listening to this and already in trouble. Okay? All right. You take care. Stay positive. Lift yourself every day. When you get in that mirror, I want you to look at yourself, and I want you to look at yourself and say, I love me. I want you to try that for some reason. I want you to stop waking up every morning saying you love something or someone else first before you love yourself. I want you to do it. Start with you. Thank you. The Sage Show. Remember, hit me on Twitter. Hit me up, okay? Send me on Facebook. Hit me at www.theilluminatedSage.com. Man, I love to see you. Hey, I'm all about you. I'm all about being positive. Thank you. Take care.